Hello students and welcome back. I am Professor Castor and thank you for returning for one of our short courses that breaks down the larger courses into more bite-sized chunks so they're a little bit more accessible instead of trying to go through the war of an entire section. Also, I do apologize that the quality of the sound is a little off from how the intro and outro sound. Those were actually recorded before this setup actually got created, so it should be a little bit quieter, but other than that, it should be alright.
Kaya the Moonhunter and Laris, her personal light war beast. Also Circle Blackclad Warlock. Countless battles have honed Kaya to perfect fighting forms. Providing repeatedly, she has the will and strength to survive against seemingly impossible odds. She fights for the rush of battle, which brings her visceral joy, but also with a determined belief that her enemies deserve destruction. Her clarity of purpose springs from the same wild spirit that allows her to effortlessly control the beast accompanying her, including the great wolf Laris, who keeps a constant vigil at her side. She stands on the precipice of greatness and has proven her willingness to leap into the unknown regardless of the dangers and seize it. Laris is a creature of preternatural as he is wild, a cunning and adaptive reflection of some inner portions of Kaya's predatory spirit. He is the answer to Kaya's call for the other half of herself, and the bond between them is essential and profound. The link that joins her mind and emotions allows them to accomplish otherwise impossible feats. Kaya's power flows naturally through Laris, and Laris feels her wounds more keenly than injury to his own flesh. Outside of battle, his mind is soothing influence to Kaya's inner turmoil, and his instinct to preserve her life perfectly contrasts with her sometimes reckless courage. He is the manifestation of Orboros, with the wisdom and personality all his own. Connecting to Laris was no simple feat, requiring Kaya to stretch in a way she had never had before. One key to unlocking this deeper power was learning the role of celestial influences empowering the Circle of Orboros. Under the tutelage of Morvana, the Autumn Blade, she began to tap into the moon's mystical pull on the blood of all predators. Morvana initiated Kaya into these elder rites by urging her to undertake a strenuous ordeal, climbing to one of the highest peaks in the Wormwall Mountains to unlock her inner strength and predatory awareness. Atop the mountain peak, she arrived at nearly forgotten sacrificial site. She spilled her blood on ancient stones as lightning crackled across the storm-tossed sky. Then the black clouds parted and the 3 moons of Cain illuminated the tableau. She was startled and awed when the ghostly white wolf emerged from the wilds at the ritual's climax. With a single look, Kaya knew the wolf's mind and could sense its greeting. He invited her to hunt, and as she joined the wolf in the run through the mountain passes, the two bonded inextricably. She named him Laris, after the second of the moons orbiting Cain. The ignorant call this moon baleful and wicked, and it is associated with storms and ill fortune. Laris has in fact proven to be a calming influence on the other beast accompanying Kaya into battle. Through the bond they share, Kaya can feel the complex flow of his emotions and thoughts, receiving warnings and sometimes seeing through his eyes. Laris does not filter the world through language, but boasts a keen perception and insight. He is an accomplished hunter and brave guardian. Though Kaya has become calmer since bonding with him, the cold, predatory stare of the wolf sometimes shines in her eyes. A wolf feels no sorrow or compassion for its prey, and Kaya has put aside such human feelings, knowing hesitation could mean death in battle. When Kaya descended the mountain and met again the Autumn Blade, the senior druid was surprised and unsettled by the way her protege had exceeded her expectation. The appearance of the wolf showed that Kaya had transcended the mentorship of elder druids. Kaya had learned from hard experiences that some of her peers will try to exploit her potential for their own benefit. Over time, her confidence has grown, and she has learned to put her powers to use without becoming a tool of another, and she has refined her instincts. Once she moved from battle to the next without thought beyond the moment. She has learned to transcend this, mastering deeper rites and rituals from the lore of beast masters who preceded her. The more Kaya learns, the more she appreciates the solid foundation given to her by Boulder, the Stone Cleaver. She intends to heed Boulder's example by focusing squarely on the enemy and ignoring all other distractions. The soil of countless wild places in Western Amorn has tasted the blood of Kaya's enemies. In battle she moves with fluid grace, amazing speed, and relishes being surrounded by foes. As Kaya leaps into the midst of her enemies, warp wolves, satyrs, and Laris suddenly appear from the shadows of trees, their limbs infused with vitality. Never has carnage achieved such sublime perfection as when Kaya and her beast unleash themselves, holding nothing in reserve as they leave the enemy shattered and bleeding across forest soil. Looks like in the time that I have versed her, she has found a friend. And reading some of her exploits on the side pages, it appears that one of her major things she can do is send her guys out way far, and then they will miraculously just appear next to her side. I guess that's her one of the teleportation type of situations now extended to her war beast as well. Great.
Alrighty, students. Well, that does it for this short course. And as always, thank you, Privateer Press, for letting us read your fantastic lore. And as always, your homework is going to be, please like, subscribe, comment, let me know how I'm doing, and share it with your friends and fellow gamers alike so we can increase the class size. And as always, class dismissed.